Hey, good evening. This is Dr. Eric live. All right, I have homework for you tonight. Okay, get your pens and pencils out because I have to ask you to do one thing for me, and that is to remember three letters. And these three letters are probably another paramount or quantum leap in the um, cannabidiol story. Hi, Susan. Um, so get your pencil and a piece of paper and write down these letters. Okay, I'm gonna start with three, and that's C, B, G. Okay, and I just finished an article that asked if CBG will be the next CBD. I know that that's can be confusing, all of these different levels and letters and what have you. But CBD, okay, is what we've been talking about. It's the big rage, and people are working and finding a lot of their maladies can be corrected by virtue of taking CBD. You know I'm in love with CBD. I made it the very first vitamin of the endocannabinoid system. But what I have found out is that there are many cannabinoids, and because the research is so tentative, so thin, because it's been held in illegality for so long that the real research hasn't been done. But here we go. CBG. Now, to get to CBG, you have to have CBGA. Yep, there's always an acid form that comes with the plant. And I've talked to you, and you know, they say that when the student is ready, the teacher shall appear. And I've said this many times about CBGA going is a precursor. It's the big brother for CBD, THC, and CBC. Now, let me put it in perspective for you. CBGA is the precursor that gives off the three principal cannabinoids. What are the three principal most common cannabinoids? THCA is the first one. CBDA is the second one, which you know I'm in love with. And CBCA. And then they have to go through another decarboxylation and, of course, make THC, CBD, and CBC. Hi, Denise. So what we have is this. I just did the article. I just pulled it off. Like, what is that? What is that thing? Here's the article, and it says, "Is CBG the new CBD?" And it's what I've been talking about for some time. And so we have to continue to look at other cannabinoids. I told you about that the other day. I told you about how important the other cannabinoids were. But this cannabinoid that I have in front of me right now, and let me just hold it up for a minute. Okay, this is CBDA. Woo! Man, okay, this is CBDA that has to be filtered, but it's what I've been in the laboratory making with my concoction with a lot of work. Okay, gang, Dr. Mashula in November of last year talked about this CBDA, and we have two paths with equal parts, actually two paths with greater percentage of CBDA than CBD. Dr. Mashula talked about the difficulty in holding the CBDA in a situation because it can be unstable, and with a little bit of heat and a little bit of time, it will go to CBD. People rushed in the door getting to CBD, did not pay much attention to CBDA. Now I'm going to turn your attention or tell you to slow down your steps again. And maybe we have to look at CBGA as an important precursor to CBG. Now, because we believe that might be the next new craze. Only because in this article that I just showed you and read is because they think that it has little or no side effects. Now, THC can cause hallucination. That people consider that a side effect. They've used that effectively to criminalize the whole plant for many, many years. But did you like that? Okay, that's CBDA equal part or hopefully greater than. And what I do is I'll filter that. Hi, Kit. I'll filter this, and then it'll get bottled and wrapped and labeled and secured. But first, you got to make it. So what I did theoretically is I took hemp, and ours is hemp, and we took hemp and we took the CBGA and made three principal components: THCA, CBDA, and CBCA. And those three things will then go through another, as a precursor, will go through another step down, and they become THC, CBD, and CBC. Now, I think I showed you yesterday the laboratory results of my work from 2 weeks ago. Now, I'll show you the work. I will probably go down, make my 100-mile hike down to Nelson Analytics tomorrow, and put in an order. Put in the third-party testing of this batch. Every batch has to be checked and examined for its content. Now, maybe at some point in time when the formula is steadfast, then maybe you don't have to, but you have some assurance. But right now, this is a fast moving train. So I don't want to get caught on the tracks. So what I want to do is each one that I have, that's about 150, 140, 150 bottles of Two Path. And I want to make sure that it has everything. I've been coming out extremely consistent. I make some minor modifications in an effort to get even a higher percentage of CBDA. Reread the article that about Dr. Mashula and the CBDA. He uses a chemical compound that basically to stabilize the CBDA. Okay, I use a cold press processing so I don't drive all of my CBDA away. But we're gonna move way off of CBD in the future and be talking about CBDA. And now they're starting to stir the pot on CBG. And where does CBG come from? It comes from CBGA. And once it's decarboxylated, it makes three major substance sources. And now they think that it might be more profound in the early plant because all of CBG, A, goes to those other cannabinoids that we know about: THC, CBD, and CBC. But it first puts it in an acid form that we talked about, and then it goes to the neutral form. So I thought I would bring and show you tonight the hard work, okay, that we've been working at, and that's what you really are buying. You're buying that trust that somebody is making it that knows what they're doing and care about the effects thereafter. There are a lot of easy going, fast money making situations. But what I want to do is evolve. I want to evolve as a plant. As we learn things about the plant, I want to bring them forth and bring them to you such that we get the optimal benefits. CBDA is still the rage. Why? Because we don't know much and very little research has been done on CBG and CBGA. But CBDA, man, with the 1,000 greater serotonin receptors, the ability to it's an nausea medicine. It's an anti-anxiety medicine. And we believe that, and it doesn't work on the endocannabinoid system. It works on the cyclooxidase system, and that's what's so fabulous. And that's why I'm so pleased that we came up with something as simple as 2-path to talk about the 2 pathways. So I want you talking about it. Okay, you want to take another look at it? Let me see now. Don't drop that bottle, Mitchell. Okay, that's it. That is CBD and CBDA, equal portions, and I believe at the last time we had 20% more CBDA than CBD. And I'm using a special cavitation mechanism to in order to get that. I don't know how the heck I'm getting it, but you know, a lot of science is you get it, you duplicate it, you do it over and over again, and then when the student's ready, you know, the teacher will appear. And so I learned a lot more about, you know, I've been trying to talk about CBGA as the precursor, but that is getting big, but more research has to get done. So I hope you wrote those letters down tonight, CBG, okay? But right now I want you thinking about 2-path, and it's equal parts CBD A and CBD. Now, I know that's a lot of repetitive alphabet, but we have to find out what it does. And because we need, as scientists, we need to find out which each one does, and we will as another time goes on. So wish me luck tomorrow as I go down and drop off the sample and to see what we have, and keep your fingers crossed. I'm systematically increasing certain things, you know, time, temperature, and what have you, in order to get to this point. It's not a guessing game. It's a progressive utilization of time, temperature, and pressure. And those are the components that will help determine, you know, that normality, that, you know, in the future I can just maybe turn it on and know that I put this much in, I expect this much out. Okay? But time, temperature, and pressure are the things that I'm varying in order to get what I want out of this plant. So it's a lot of research, and thank you very much for watching tonight. Okay, go read an article. Go read an article on it. Go look it up. Look at look at CBDA. Make sure that I'm doing right. And if you find a good article, send it to me. If I've already read it, I'm going to thank you anyway. So please have a great night.